Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Browns Morning Brew. Look, his screen's frozen, but he can't even. He's trying to interrupt the show still already. Good job, internet. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 days until the draft. Who is ready for this to be over? Are you guys ready?
I was ready for it to be over about 2 weeks ago, honestly.
Yeah, that's why I'm nerded out today.
Yes.
I'm ready to nerd out on the draft one last time and get this thing over with so we can stop talking about this draft.
Absolutely.
Logan?
Yeah, I think there's only like so much to say about it, and yeah, I'm just ready for it to be over. I'm interested to see if we screw it up or not. Or let me rephrase it. How we screw it up.
You even get to the point where there's not even like there's no more reckless speculation to talk about because everybody's had every angle on it. It's like, all right, man, can we get this over with? Let's go.
Now we're gonna be pointing fingers. I was right. You were right. No, we were all wrong. Like, can't wait for that.
Who knows? It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, today we're gonna get into some Barry talk. Obviously the upcoming draft. Before we do all that, though, we had an announcement to make. We did it on Facebook already, so I'm going to do it here today as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to announce that Dick's House of Sport is our new sponsor. Huge shout out to them. If you guys need anything at all, the Dick's House of Sport nearest to us is the one in Strongsville. Go in there for all your sport needs. They will take care of you. Great people over there. We're actually going to be doing a couple shows there as well. So be sure to join us for those. We got some big things in the works with them. So it's going to be a fun experience for all of us. And definitely go to Dick's House of Sport and check them out. The place is sweet, man. They got like rock climbing. They got an outdoor soccer field. It's all fenced in and everything. You can do literally everything there. It's awesome. So be sure to check them out.
It's huge. I went and checked you out when you were down there. You were doing some shooting photography for the Crunch. Came down with the wife. That one is huge. I mean, most of them are pretty big, but that one seemed like the biggest. It seemed bigger than North Olmsted. That Strongsville location is huge. Like you said, it's got an outdoor soccer field, which was pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
You got your indoor driving range. There was like probably 3 to 4 booths of that. Upstairs, downstairs, little elevator in there. It's definitely a huge Dick's Sporting Goods.
All right. And then as well, as you guys all know, it is this time of year. I'm going to put this widget up here for you guys. Go to Cleveland Scene Magazine website. Vote for us to win the best sports podcast again this year. We appreciate everything you guys did last year to make that happen. And we are going to go for it again this year. So you can click that QR code up there to vote us in for the best sports podcast in Cleveland again. Much appreciated. We love you guys.
Gary actually put me up for, what was it? The best songwriter, Gary, for our
That's right, best singer-songwriter in Cleveland. So go and make sure you vote for Logan as well on that.
Yeah. I put you in there 3 times as well.
Logan, do you got a link for that?
It's
no,
right there. Logan Bruce Music.
Yeah, I guess Gary put it in right before our show on Thursday, and I haven't had time to go look into it, but I got to start sharing that around too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you guys are going to vote Bearded Browns while you're there. Scoot on over to the I think like the artist section or art section. And the singer-songwriter vote is up there as well.
Dig it.
Let's go and let's make it a clean sweep for our guys here in the Bearded Browns and back to back. Let's make it hashtag back to back this year, guys.
Yeah, run it back. Dan Eipert, what's up, buddy? Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Dan. Thank you for joining us. He'll actually be at our draft party. We're going to do the draft party now, anyways.
And good morning, Gregory.
Yes.
Good morning, Gregory.
Thank you, fellas, for joining us. Be sure this Thursday, because the draft is 5 days away. Cannot wait. I can't wait for this party as well, though. Brought to you by PJ McIntyre's Irish Pub and the West Park Browns backers. And yours truly, the Bearded Browns podcast. We'll be there live April 23rd at 7 p.m. at 17119 Lorraine Road. Get out there, guys. This place is good. We actually went out there for a meeting, and we ate some food as well. And, them Ruin rolls. It's not what they call them. I forget what they call them, but wonderful.
I love this place.
Yeah, yes. And it's pretty big upstairs, okay? And then they have a full basement too. So there's stuff going on up and down. So I didn't go down there and check it out. I was there years ago for a birthday party for a cousin of mine. But yeah, it's a really sweet place. You know, and it's going to be busy because they're always busy. I mean, we went there during the week; they were busy, and I could, you know, and we were talking to Danny Cleveland. He goes, "They're busy now." He goes, "It's going to be, 2-3 times with this because they do the Browns games there, obviously." So there's going to be a couple hundred people there, easy or more. So,
and we actually got good news this morning. Logan will be there.
yes, yeah, I can't wait, man.
So you're gonna have the whole crew there. This will be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I wish I would have known beforehand. We could have. I guess most of us in here play music. Could have found a way to like get some of that going too. But maybe I don't know. Maybe for a Browns away game or something like that. We'll see if they'd be down to have a little show or like just some music in between before the game or something.
Yeah, man. You know what? You can do some on guitar. I'll play guitar. I don't do none of that singing unless you need me for some heavy metal screaming. I'll hook you up with that. When you get Mike, you got to get one of them boxes. You ever seen one of them like acoustic boxes for drums?
Amanda almost got me one for Christmas.
Dude, those are sweet, man.
Yeah, those are awesome. I actually used them for a couple songs that we released because it's like best for acoustic stuff. It's not real drums. It's super soft.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to sit on one of those things because I'm 287 pounds now and I'm 6'6", so it's just gonna look weird. Like, why you sit on that little thing? And then I start.
And if you guys need a singer, I can try out Bernie. Oh baby, we gotta go. Yeah.
It's funny that auto tune doesn't even help.
You might be able to be a roadie. That's about as far as we're gonna go.
You can carry the cables.
That auto tune gets put to the test when he does that.
That's funny.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. We do appreciate every one of you. And I did want to put this up here real quick. This is how you vote. You go to vote.clevelandscene.com. Scroll down to people and places, and then select sports podcast, and then type and submit Bearded Browns podcast. That's it. That's all you got to do. You can do that once daily.
Yep. I was going to say, man, we got to let them know too. You can do it once daily. So every day you can go on there and vote and spread the word, man. Spread it around. Like I said, too, we're going to get Logan's stuff up here too. So we want to share the votes, man.
One of these fancy little posters.
Yeah.
I can make one for you. This one goes until May 15th, and then they'll put the top 3 out there, and then you vote again, and then you don't have to actually type our name in. You could just select it next month if we qualify for the top 3. But
we will.
Yeah, Dan, thanks for joining us. We will see you Thursday. Dan Eibert from Bearded Bastards Barbecue Sauce.
Yeah, he had something going on today, so he said he's going to hop off. He's got to get his car loaded up. He had somewhere to be. So, but we'll have his mock up today. You'll be able to rewatch it, Dan. So, and then we will see you Thursday.
Yes. And then a shout out to our monthly sponsor, Clean Slate Cleanouts. They'll do your evictions, foreclosures, property cleanouts. Give them a call at 330-224-9346. He is bonded insured. Give them a call. It's our monthly shout out. So appreciate you, Clean Slate Cleanouts. What were you going to say, Gary?
Just real quick, Dan, you said you're going to be at a big market downtown in Youngstown. Why don't you tell us exactly where you'll be in Youngstown? So if anybody's listening, they can go and get some Bearded Bastards barbecue sauce. Go ahead. You can keep talking about that sponsor. I just want to make sure that
you're good.
We can go get Dan.
Yeah.
People can go.
I'm used to you interrupting me.
Sauce.
But yeah, appreciate you guys as well. Let's get into some Brown stuff. Or do you guys want to do? We'll say the mock drafts.
I wanted that. I'm gonna cut you guys off. I wasn't able to make the thing that you guys did last week. The card show and all that. How was that?
That's what we're gonna bring up right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect
sweet,
timing.
Man, yeah, it was a lot of cool things. I got a cool story, man.
Logan's in the notes. But yeah, we last week we had we did both shows. We did the Guards Mania show on Sunday, and while the Indians/Guardians players were there, and then Saturday we did the Bearded Browns show while the Browns players were there, and we actually got to meet some cool people. I did some drone footage of there. This is the Great Lakes Collectors Convention that was put on by Greeny Sports Cards, and I believe it was Strongsville Sports Collectors as well. Huge event. This place was awesome. Lots of cool people there.
High School, man. It was huge place, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I mean, we got to meet like Tim Couch, Eric Metcalf again. Bernie was there. Ozzie Newsome for the Browns Day. That's just to mention a few. Josh Cribbs,
Joe
and then,
Thomas.
yeah, Joe Thomas, yes. And then
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday, the Indians and Guardians players were there. Who was there, Gary?
Corey Snyder, Buddy Bell was there. It was quite a few former Indians guys there. It was pretty cool. Corey Snyder, man, looked like old Kenny Rogers.
Really?
Couldn't believe
He
it.
did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He was
no
all
doubt.
gray with a gray beard. It was kind of crazy.
Corey
Kenny
Schneider, man,
Lofton,
that's-
you scared him away for good, or at least for a few weeks.
Yeah, I think so. After the whole, I said, he got tired of me singing, talking baseball to him. So, but I see he's gonna actually be back for something next month. So I'm gonna have to follow where he is and serenade him again. He liked my singing though, guys. I think I'm better. I'm one of those singers that's doesn't need auto tune. I'm so I have such good. I have such a good voice that auto tune messes up the singing. So
You're the songbird of our generation.
I am.
Yeah, we were there.
I have what they
setting up.
say perfect pitch.
we were there setting up, and Mike, who's the main guy from Greenie's? Short guy with the glasses.
Steve Green.
Greenie.
Yep, Steve Greenie came up, and it's before they were letting people in, and he pointed across the. We were in the gymnasium basketball court. He pointed across, and he goes, "Hey man, you see that older fella over there with that other older fella?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You might want to go talk to him." I'm like, "All right, yeah. Well, I don't know who is that." He goes, "That is the last Secret Service agent that did detail for John F. Kennedy and Jackie Onassis." And I was like, "What?" It's the last living Secret Service agent. And I was able to talk with him. Paul Landis is his name. He does have a book out. And it's pretty much, I didn't get into the book yet, but I will be getting into that. I told my mom about this. She goes, "When you're done with that book, I got to read it. So he autographed it for me. We got to get some pictures with him, which was really cool. Mike was standing there because I went up, I talked to him. Mike was taking pictures. And I said, "Let me go get my guy so you can take pictures." He's like, "Yeah, no problem." I come back over, Mike's a mountain. I said, "Yeah, this is my security." This is my security guard, So it was pretty funny. It was good to meet him. Gary, you got to go over there too. So that was
I got to meet him, talk to him a little bit. His name, my thesis for my history degree was Latin America during the Cold War. So I did do a lot of reading, about the Kennedy assassination and stuff like that. So his name came up a lot, in a lot of the redacted documents in my research. He's also in, he's in the history books that you teach in high school. If you watch any sort of, if you're watching any sort of like the documentaries on the Kennedy assassination, Landis's name comes up. He's in all. I mean, that dude. If you've done anything on, you've done any sort of research or watching or reading about the Kennedy assassination, that's a name that comes up. So it was pretty cool to meet the guy.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? You bring up history book because I said, "Sir, you're a living piece of history." He goes, "You know what? I never really thought of it like that." He goes, until one time he was at another event and he said he had a young lady come up to him, high school. Young lady came up with a history book. She said, "Can you sign this for me?" And she opened up the pages and he was in there. And he goes, "That's when it dawned. That's when it kind of dawned on me." He goes, I'm in a history book. I am history," which was pretty neat, man. Definitely was a experience because all the other, I even told my mom, I said, of all the stuff that was going on, I seen Eric Metcalf in the flesh. We had Joe Thomas there. We had, Daryl Ryder was out there hanging out with Nick Wilson. They were all there. I'm like, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. That was like my highlight, man. It really was. And another piece of that highlight too, they had two booths down later from us. I noticed a young lady down there and I'm like, I wonder who that is. And I went over to talk with her. She was an Olympic and silver gold medalist pole vaulter, Katie Moon. I was like,
"Oh, wow.
This is dope." I was like, I got to get a picture. Dude, I got to hold a gold medal. How sweet is that? That's super, super sweet, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty dope, man. really
There
dope.
was a ton of people there. Big turnout. The parking lots were packed. They're gonna have to rent out like the Wolstein Center or maybe even the Romo Fijo next year because that event that's their biggest one of the year, and that thing was a ton of people. I have never been so afraid to fly a drone over thousands of people, but I did that day, and I got some good footage. So I'm excited about it, and there's plenty more events coming up. Just guys, if you want to go follow Greeny Sports Cards, all of his events are there. They go all over the country as well. So it was fun. It was very fun, and we were there set up with Bearded Browns and Guards Mania for
Yeah,
both days.
where we were set up, we were in a gymnasium, which gymnasiums are big. You know, it was a basketball gymnasium, and that's where all the meet and greets took place. That's where your tables were set up for pod guys and your meet and greets. And then you went to the back, and this facility was about 10 times bigger than what we were in. That's where they had all the card vendors at, and they were slap full. They're like, there was no room in this. It looked like an airplane hangar. That's the way I explained it. It was huge. And then it was just slap full with card vendors, man. It was definitely sweet. Definitely
Yes,
sweet. Some
sure.
food trucks out
Awesome.
there. And yeah, we had some guys pull up with their Browns bus. Which I didn't know. You guys probably seen it. It's a school bus, and it's got the face mask on the front.
Yeah,
Dude, that thing is laid out inside.
I think they go to the Muni lot.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
It was totally laid out. I was very surprised, man.
Mhm.
I always see it, just never seen the inside of it. It was definitely
Right.
something to check out.
All right, quick clips. Who do you know?
Morning.
Who do you know? Who did you talk to?
Yeah.
No comment. We're gonna move along here, guys. The big question with the draft coming up for us as Cleveland Browns fans is what is Joe Bitonio going to do? That's a question we all have, obviously, right? Is this stirring the pot with the NFL draft and the Browns at the moment? But GM Andrew Berry says Joe has been a foundational player for the organization. He's everything that we could have asked for as a Brown. He has earned the right to make the decision in his time. And while you agree, I'm going to say mine first, I guess, here. We're going to go off with saying, I respect Joel Bitonio. I really do. But a week before the draft, man, you got to make a decision because that's going to screw you, your team. I think it's time to make a decision.
Yeah, I think like it will affect it to some extent, but they know like even if he stays this year, like they do need to get it. Like no matter what, they need to get a guard because if he stays 1 year, we're gonna need a guard next year. That being said, though, it's like, yeah, I get why he's taking a little bit. It's almost like LeBron, like when he made his decision to go to Miami, like just everyone's sitting and waiting. I know Bitonio is not LeBron James, but I don't know. I feel like if he's taking this long, part of me thinks that he's staying because it would be kind of weird if he took so long just to say he was leaving. Like that would almost end it on a sour note. I feel like if we're all just sitting around and then he's like, yeah,
I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
Yeah, play for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
See, I kind of feel like if he's taking this long, he's gone. If
that's where then he should just say, okay, then he should have told us a week ago.
But he's not under contract. He doesn't owe anybody an answer at this point. He is no longer under contract with anybody. He doesn't owe he doesn't owe anybody an answer. He hasn't filed his retirement paperwork. He's not under contract. He doesn't owe anybody an answer. I think he's waiting to see if there's any contenders out there after the draft, if there's any room for him there. And then you kind of see what
another team.
Yeah. I think at this point, that's why they let that deadline pass and we took that dead cap hit. I mean, at this point, to me, he's gone. Whether he's retiring or playing for another team, he's gone. If he was going to be here, that deadline doesn't pass and they re-sign him. You cannot move forward thinking that Bitonio is going to be on this team. The time for Bitonio as a Brown to me is over. If he was going to be here, he would have resigned To me, it's just, it's fandom and the love for the guy, which is making us want him to stay here and say, like, right now the answer for this guy. But the fact of the matter is, I think all indications are telling us that if he was going to be here, if he was going to stay here, he would have already stayed here. He's waiting until after the draft to see how the chips fall for the other contenders and see where he might be needed.
I think going to another team would be. I don't disagree, obviously, because I don't know, but I feel like that would be crazy if he spent his entire career here and all of that, and then just goes to another team for his final season. But I don't.
Well, why?
I don't blame. Can you blame the guy? If he wants to go win somewhere his last year, we couldn't say anything about it. What do you think, Sam?
I was talking with Mike yesterday, and we were on the same page. I think this is, to me, a little more heavier on it's jamming up the draft, how they might want to attack it. Okay. And he can wait as long as he wants, whatever. But I think it's kind of like Mike said, it's kind of hurting. I think it's actually hurting the way they approach the draft, because if you can get him for one more year, okay, even if it's one more year, you can work on filling that guard position, like you said, Logan, in the draft next year, or you can look for a free agent. But it's the big question mark. So I think it's kind of jamming things up. That's me. I have a conspiracy theory that I'm going to throw at you. I think that the way things went down, because him and Wyatt Teller were buds, I think the way things went down with Wyatt Teller, I think he's got a bad taste in his mouth, and he might just be holding out just to say I'm done, just to throw a wrinkle in things, So, them guys are boys. They've been on the line together forever. Those are brothers, He probably, if it was me or you, Logan, and we were doing something together, and then you got a raw deal on the stick, I'm gonna have a bad taste in my mouth. Goes for Mike, goes for Gary, goes for Angel, goes for all y'all. So, I mean, that's a theory of mine. So,
You think you could wrinkle up the Browns more than they've already been wrinkled, though?
It would be nice to know, though, because you can go get a good guard later in the draft. There's plenty of guards out there, and you're going to need to fill that spot. Wouldn't you want to know if you need to do it now or later?
Yeah, and I think there might be some, free agents you could pick up to solidify that position or end the draft. But that's what I'm saying. It would be nice to know going into the draft.
Absolutely.
And it's uncertain whether or not Joe Batonio will be healthy for a year. I forget what game I went. The Green Bay game. When we carried out the flag on the field, he was out there doing his pregame warm-ups, man, and it did not look good. The dude looked like he was in a lot of pain. Obviously, that's one of the other guys on his team that have been, a dominant piece of the offensive line. Well, I can say the last 2 years, probably one of, or the only one. So, and yes, like you said, you guys both said it. It's the Cleveland fandom part of it. He's been a player here forever, and us Cleveland people fall in love with this guy because he was a great player. Just like Joe Thomas.
I was going to say too, because last year he was bouncing the idea around. He didn't know what he wanted to do, and he ran it back. He was like, I'm going to run this back one more time. Let's just see what happens. That's how I felt. So I felt for sure after this season he would be done. That eludes me to believe from last year having to make that choice, because it sounded like he was really on the fence, man. And you got a life to live after football, okay? That's why I don't see him going anywhere else. I just don't. I think if he chooses that he's done, he's done. He's not going to go somewhere else. That's my opinion on that.
That's how I feel too, but you never know. Who knows?
No, you never do. But as much as he played with that idea last year, he had to figure it out. Retire, stay, go, stay. Should I stay? Should I go now? And then he was like, you know what? Yeah, let me run it back again, man. Maybe this will be a good year here. And then it didn't turn out that way, and the line struggled, and I don't know. And then with all the unknowns now, we're talking about drafting guys. You got new blood coming in. All the free agents they picked up. Tevin Jenkins, Titus Howard, all them guys. Elton Jenkins. Maybe he's kind of like, I don't even know if I really got a role. So
yeah,
we'll see.
If
man.
he comes back, he's always got a role.
Well, yeah, but how much? Maybe he wants to be would he be a starter? or is he on his last legs? Like Mike said, he looked pretty sluggish. Maybe he don't want to, maybe he wants to start and he doesn't want to be, like I said, like second fiddle, like a Njoku behind a Fannin.
Rotational.
still not on a team right now, is he?
What's that?
And Joku still hasn't signed anywhere?
No,
Nope.
he's still sitting around waiting for our phone to ring, I guess. Or he's going to come back, crawling back like, hey, man, I was just playing.
Well,
What's
I think
up?
he's Njoku's one of those guys. It's you'll see some movement. I think for him after the draft,
Yeah.
he's going to see how some of the he'll sign some sort of small deal. Although, man, I mean, I thought at the beginning of when everything happened, he was going to be a guy that might have a hard time finding a home.
He's a
His
huge
skill
Miami
set
guy.
just
I wonder if
doesn't-
he'll end up there, like just on a home friendly deal in Miami, because that's where he played college ball, and I think he lives down there.
Well, it's just his skill set is hard. He has a hard skill set to fit anywhere. He's a pass catching tight end who doesn't catch passes.
Well,
And that segment was sponsored by Stickums. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think that I threw the idea around maybe he would Kansas City might pick him up, because I think that
Him and Kelsey and Taylor Swift can go on a 3-day
well,
date.
no, him and Kelsey, he can go over there and ball with Kelsey. That's
Get some
and-
fettuccine Alfredo.
I personally think I personally think the Kansas City dynasty, or I don't even want to call it a dynasty. Their runs, I think, are starting to fizzle out. There's going to be new teams coming in, but the Chief want to go to the Chiefs to be a Chief, man. So I don't know. We'll see.
They're gonna have to reload. Like I think Mahomes, like in the next year or two, Kelsey will be gone. Like they're just gonna have to reload and around Mahomes, and they could easily just, I don't know, you get him another couple younger weapons, they could be the best team in the league again. But right now they're kind of like limping to the finish line. It feels like.
Didn't Mahomes sign like an 8-year deal?
Yeah, something, or 10 years, something crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Quicklist had fettuccine last night, chicken fettuccine. Gary.
There you go. Quick clips.
Did you have a did you have a Travi style? No spice?
No spice.
That video was so stupid. So Gary sent a video before the show, and I watched it. And he sent a follow-up video that was way funnier than the first one.
It was a funny video. It was a girl saying what it would be like going out to dinner with Travis Kelce.
If she would have had
It's a funny video.
emotions, like if she would have done like impersonated it a little bit better, it was like then it would have, like, I don't know if I've ever watched a video with a straight face for 3 minutes that was supposed to be a funny video.
So Angel, the reason why I look like this is because this is the last time we're gonna nerd out about the draft. So I put the tape on the glasses and I parted the hair and slicked it down so I could be a nerd again today for the last time. I'm nerding it out for the last
I
time.
thought you were gonna go out like a Harry Potter binge or something. Is what you're gonna
I told him when we were pre-gaming for the show today, I said, bro, you look like a nerded out Jesus over there. He got nerded out Jesus.
You had to start
Nerded out nerd.
I'm not gonna say I was gonna start posting AI pictures of yourself. As
Oh,
Jesus.
dude, my tape is coming up.
Lick it. You got to lick it. And then there you go. There you go.
Feel like Booger from the Nerds over there.
So we're going to move along here. Todd Monken recently interviewed with ESPN's Kevin Clark. Nice little sit-down interview. And Sam's got a lot to say about this interview. I'm sure you guys saw it, correct?
I watched it. I didn't really get thoroughly engrossed in it, but I watched enough of it just to know that I liked it. I like what I hear from Monken, man. I like when he sat down with the kid, he had some F-bombs in there and he caught himself. He's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And the kid's like, don't worry, we'll bleep that out later. You're being you. And that's what I like. And he's just that old raw high type guy, man. He's, what is he, 60 years old?
61, I think.
Yeah, and he's just
football. Yeah,
man. And he's talking about, bringing that back and doing this, and how much he hates crappy football. And you got to have that. And you got to have that. And how much more accountability that starts at the top to the bottom. It's everybody, is going to be held accountable, as to where like Stefanski just kind of seemed like he would put it on himself with the got to do better,
I mean, dude, that's just so annoying.
Attitude.
Like, just,
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that from Monken. I think, we all, we're Browns fans. I want them to win every game next year. But I mean, there's going to be games where they struggle. And he seems like the guy that's going to go, this is why, this is what we got to do. This is who we got to work with better so that doesn't happen again. And he's going to be putting guys, making them, hold accountability, And I think that makes you part of a good team. And then it makes you want to play better for sure, man,
Yeah, I'm just, it's like a breath of fresh air. Just from, it sounded like, I don't know, Stefanski had a PR person teach him how to do his interviews and press conferences, and that's what he ran with for 5 years. Like, where you just don't say like you say a lot without saying much at all. It was, I don't know. So it's just nice to, how'd you guys think when he said that he hates watching crappy football, or however he worded it?
He said the expletive.
Yeah. Okay. So when you heard that, like, my first thought was, well, like, what the hell are you doing here then?
He's trying to turn it around, man. He's talking about, we always talk about culture, and we don't see a growth in that. And I think, he knows. I mean, and this is some of the stuff, Gary would probably agree with me. Some of the stuff, this is stuff you just have to say anyway, Gary. Would you agree on that? Because you just got to keep things kosher. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good word.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So what Todd Monken said, wow, he pulled it up. Todd Monken said, no,
Gary, you have the
football
same physical
philosophy.
build as Rambus, don't you? You guys,
I'm just as tall and athletic.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
He's a little more rotund. Don't let him fool you.
Looks more like the basketball itself. Yeah.
It looks like a basketball's dribbling a basketball. What is going on?
Man, that was good.
Good morning, fellas. How are y'all doing?
Yeah, I'm awake after 3.
If we ain't busting chops, we ain't being boys. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I get it too. These guys are already making fun of me this morning because I have
you
Italian.
talked about putting spaghetti.
I made a joke because you
syrup
guys
on
were like,
spaghetti.
yeah, we're eating breakfast, but Sam, the Italian's probably eating spaghetti. So I made a joke about it. I go, yeah, I got meatballs with Aunt Jemima syrup on it with some garlic toast. That was the joke. Because you guys were already giving me the ish.
My response, because I was busy doing stuff, I was like, what kind of Italian are you, dude? Like, putting syrup on spaghetti? Now
I don't know. I don't know, man. I said meatballs, but if you kind of think about it, you get
sausage meatballs.
No, you do those meatballs with the jelly, so it'd kind of be the same kind of thing,
Or just use breakfast sausage for your spaghetti.
Yeah, mix it up.
Problem solved.
Hey, you know what? I might have to try that. It might be on the next big thing, man. I'll get me a food truck and just have some weird stuff that tastes delicious. So,
that idea is as bad as Gary using auto-tune.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I can see me in a food.
Don't be so mean to me.
All right, man. Where are we at? We digress. I love it, dude. We keep doing it. Well, where are we at, man? All right, no crappy football.
No crappy football philosophy.
Despises it.
Stated in his football interview that he despises crappy football, emphasizing a hard-nosed, mistake-free approach in the 2026 season. And I'm glad for this. I'm very stoked for this because we obviously talked about it. We're sick of hearing we got to do better. And this is my fault. When it clearly was your fault because you were making stupid decisions. I'm hoping now that these players are going to be the ones getting barked at rather than Kevin Stefanski trying to take the blame and just making it look pathetic. It just wasn't my thing. I mean, I'm grateful that you took the blame for it, but hold these players accountable that were dropping balls, missing tackles, missing blocks. That's where you got to punish these guys. Sit them down. I don't care what you got to do. Do something. Change it.
Yeah, it's it's hard to, I don't know, like I'm sure Stefanski had the respect of the locker room in some aspects, but I don't know. I feel like when someone like Monken walks in, it's just like he's been in the league forever and he's kind of just an old school guy. Like that's something the players, I think at this point, like they'll respond to just because they've dealt with Stefanski for the last however long. That was kind of not emotionless, but it was not like the exact opposite of Monken.
Well, Did you guys hear the Jarvis Landry interview that's been going around
Some of it.
on the podcast? So he's talking about, we were talking about, I know Stefanski's gone and all of that now, but, the respect that he had in the locker room. And, one of the things that he talked about that's been, kind of going viral, one of the clips is, the offense isn't doing good. And then he gives away the play calling to AVP. And then the offense does well. And then he takes it back.
Yeah.
And, then he gets the Coach of the Year award. And then he, so there kind of seems like there was, there was some missing accountability, right? On the end there from the head coach. And if you are not holding yourself accountable, then you're not holding your players accountable. And accountability seemed to be one of the issues that we were, we're talking about that right now, Mike. You're saying that the players were not being held accountable. And so if accountability,
Like, I'm going to hold you accountable if we get a copyright strike because of your background.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
But so if the players feel like the head coach is not necessarily being held accountable, then they're not going to be held accountable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, it's like, who are you to tell me what to do? Or like, it's, I don't know. It's like the step one of leadership is like, you have to be as hard on yourself as you are the players. And
yeah, for sure. And it's like, okay, so you gave up the responsibility, and then you give the responsibility to AVP, and then you get the awards, and then you take the responsibility back.
The thing was too, he did it last season too to Tommy Reese.
Yeah, he did it again.
And then when that happened two times in 2 seasons, in the middle of the season, he did that. I'm like,
you lose your job when you do that.
How many times how many times can you keep doing that before it's time for you to hit the door?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that at any job. Like the manager he would take back some of the duties, or like give and take. Like, so for 2 weeks, like he's doing a majority of the work, but then I'll hand it off for a week, and then he takes it back. It's like nobody in the organization knows what the hell's going on.
And then gets the credit for all of the good work.
Well, I honestly felt that him doing that was like trying to if you put somebody else in that position already, and you're already playing, and I did see some differences when Tommy Reese was actually able to do what he was doing. We did get to see some different scheming. I felt that, and I thought it was better. Okay. Mm-hmm. But when you do that, and then you're still not producing and you're still losing, I think you're throwing the shade all on that guy now. You're almost trying to say, well, I don't know, maybe everybody thinks it's me. Let's put it on this guy, and we're still going to have struggles. And then he could, take the blame, some of the blame off of him, and share it with his offensive coordinator.
Or throw it up to Andrew Barry and say, here's what you gave me. It doesn't matter who the hell's calling the plays, because nobody can touch this offense.
Right. But I think when you put your offensive coordinator, me and Mike talk about it. I dislike offensive coordinators that are on the sideline. I always think they need to be up in the booth. They need to have eyes, eagle vision down on the field. Me and Mike have talked about that. And, I think that's just the way you need to do it. You got to trust that guy, and as a coach, you put your trust in that guy to do, make the right plays, and we work on schemes. But you check down with your coach and, hey man, we're thinking this. What do you think about this? You still do that, but I don't know. You
feel the opposite about, like, I feel like that makes I always think of like Charlie Weiss with the Patriots back in the day. Like he was always up in the booth. Like the offensive coordinator being up in the booth makes sense. But then I would want like Jim Schwartz or someone down on the sidelines, his defense, like just to amp him up after Miles gets a huge sack. Like that's kind of a different mindset to me. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, you want your offensive line coaches, you want your running back coaches, I'm just talking about your offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I mean,
and everything from above.
Right. Mm-hmm. And there's guys that are up there watching the defensive side too, I would believe, and they're saying, hey man, we're seeing this on offense. Switch it up to man. You might want to go zone on this when they line up like that. But I really think offensive coordinators should definitely have eagle vision down on the field, man.
That's why I hope just Monken in general. I would just want to see consistency, like not changing the quarterback every 2 or 3 games, not changing who's calling the plays halfway through the season. Like whatever you start week 1 with, that should be the plan for the whole year, is what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And it is kind of, I don't know, this is like a weird comparison, but it's kind of like Michigan. The same thing's happening there, like, because obviously the Michigan
Every time.
I'm just so here. Like, Michigan hired this Utah head coach who's like, he's in his 60s and he's the old school football guy. And he's kind of getting a lot of crap right now from Michigan fans because they're like full contact in practice for a lot. Like, he's
and
trying
the problem, and if you look at the issue that Michigan just had was with a married guy trying to, go outside his marriage, and then you hired a guy from Utah who has like lots of wives. So like, we don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
Well, not violating rules by his religion, but we don't know what's going to be happening, by Michigan standards. So we're kind of nervous here about bringing in a guy from Utah,
Yeah. I mean,
did that not land? That didn't land with anybody?
It landed with me. I don't know how I feel about it, but it was a good one.
Are we talking Michigan stuff? Are we talking?
We're talking Utah Mormon stuff.
Oh.
I'm just saying that it's like kind of the Browns and Michigan are in like the same, like going from these other head coaches, and now both of them have old school head coaches that are like, again, Michigan's full contact in practice, and people are giving them shit for it. But I like it because it's
I think you need
to change the culture.
I think you need to practice like you play. I do, but you have to be a little. You want to be a little soft because you don't want to hurt your guys when you're going. You
got to be healthy for the game.
Yeah, you got to be healthy for the game, but you got to practice like you play, man. You don't want to be out there just dancing around, or like the quarterback's being lackadaisical with a ball fake and he's barely touching the guy. No, put it in his gut, pull it out like you would do. Just play a little. Like, you got to practice like you're gonna play, man. You have to be careful because you don't want to be
no more
guys up.
Cake. I'm done with that.
And I'm gonna say about Monken, what I'm liking about Monken is I'm calling it right now. He's got like that Duke. He's got that John Wayne attitude, and I'm all about it, dude. And that's how I feel. It's how I've been feeling listening to this guy, in his discussions and his conferences, and I'm like, I think that's maybe what we needed. And a lot of people talk about, well, we wanted a younger coach. Well, maybe you will get that out of Monken. If Monken is able to turn things around here, and then he can turn the helm over to a younger guy, what better way? The younger guy is going to have, old school mentorism. And then he's also going to have like the future of the NFL. He'll be that younger guy that's got, so you'll be able to get some of that and some of this, man. And, then you turn the helm over to a younger coach. I mean, because a lot of these guys are, they're getting up there in age. We already talked about that. So,
I mean,
if you guys can't tell, Gary learned how to change his background Thursday, so he's having a field day with it.
That's all good, man.
That's what we'll see. So and Vrabel might be back on the market in a couple years. So let's win some football games.
I don't even want to get into that today.
Come on, I mean, we take shots at Sharon Moore all the time. Let's talk Mike Vrabel for a couple minutes here. And
you got to get that Ohio State guy in there, don't you?
What he's doing,
I want to say something, but I can't. Mike will be like, dude, why did you say that, bro? That was like not appropriate for the show.
The clip said,
I'm going to say it has something to do with the Patriots fan and him having foam fingers. But anyway.
Easy with the Michigan reference. You know who I want to see on the sidelines calling plays? Braylon Edwards.
There it is. There it is.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I've been holding this.
I'm sick of the Stefanski screen passes. Get Braylon over there calling plays and just deep balls every play. I don't care if they work or not.
One of the greatest Browns of all time is a Michigan Wolverine. So, Steve Everett.
Yeah,
sure. Steve Everett
wore the Browns gear as a Raven when the Browns moved, stuck up for Cleveland when all of that stuff happened.
Look at you Michigan guys going to the past again.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. One of the great was not an Ohio State guy that stuck up for Cleveland when Art Modell stole the team and moved it to Baltimore. Just a little bit of history. We're not going to the past. It's a little bit of history here. A little bit of Browns history. One of the greatest Browns of all time, Steve Everett.
I am not in the business of trying to make all the Ohio State fans angry. I promise. I just do it to troll. I'm glad that Michigan won the basketball championship a week ago. That was just another one for the trophy case. And we didn't cheat this time, I don't think. So that's a plus.
My thing is, and I said it before, man, I don't care what college you come from.
Yeah.
If you're a great player,
I want us to get Carnell Tate. I want him 6th overall.
I'm not opposed if a guy is what we need and he's that athlete. I don't care if he comes from Michigan, because once you come here, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Once you're here, you're a dog, you know. And I know that in the locker room, those guys will probably tease each other, you know. Like I'm sure Mason Graham got a little bit of ish from Denzel Ward, you know, him being, you know, I'm sure there was a little bit of that. Or when those two teams are getting ready to play, I'm sure those guys are texting like, yep, today we'll kick that ass, today it's going down, you know. So they have that camaraderie. But I think as a fan, if you hold that over, you know, oh man, I really hope he don't do good because he came from Michigan. That's dumb.
Well, that's
you're a dog. You're a dog.
I know we have actual stuff to talk about, but that's where Braylon actually went wrong. Is he like called the fans out for that and said that they didn't like me because I was from Michigan? And it's like, bro, they didn't like you because you couldn't catch. Like that.
Right. That's what
you got in a fight with LeBron and his friends. Like that, you got in a fight with LeBron James in Cleveland. You're an idiot. That's why they don't like you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You
and then all of Cleveland got into a fight with LeBron.
Yeah.
Let's move along. Shedeur Sanders praised by Todd Monken. In conversation around the 2026 NFL draft, Monken noted Sanders' playmaking ability and inner confidence, contrasting today's versatile QBs with one of those from 15 to 20 years ago. I am looking forward to the difference in Shedeur Sanders this year, guys. And we know there's going to be a quarterback battle, which I am also looking forward to. Obviously, we're not going to see it. I mean, it'd be nice to, but we're not going to.
Maybe I don't know if we can turn our narrative and start talking positive about the Browns all the time. Maybe they'll invite us.
Right. But well, oh geez. He picked the worst picture possible. Gary, move your head. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's probably 20 years ago too, isn't it?
Look at that goatee, dude. Yeah, he's just thinking about Albert Bell shoving pencils up his nose.
That was good. That was good.
There you go. That's for you, quick clips.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the quarterback battle this year, because this year it's not going to be about Shedeur Sanders. It's not going to be about Deshaun Watson. It's not going to be about Dylan Gabriel. It's going to be about who is the best man with Todd Monken. He's not going to play any games with this. This is his first year as a head coach. He's got a lot to prove. He is going to pick the best man, whether that be Deshaun Watson. I'm going to definitely take Dylan Gabriel out of this mix, but I am excited. I am very excited with Todd Monken coming aboard, and I think we got a lot to look forward to this year, guys. So
you think he's kind of approached like he wasn't here when we got Watson. He wasn't here when we drafted Sanders. You think he's kind of clean slate and he just wants to see who can play the best football?
Open-minded, very, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining Scott Smith, Mount Druitt, Sydney, Australia. Almost 1 a.m. there. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
We have his mock draft coming up here soon.
We have your mock draft coming up, man. I selected you out of there, and we're gonna get to that, man. So hopefully you could stay awake. We'll get to that, buddy.
Is Australian beer better than American beer?
Foster's.
Thank you. That's all I wanted somebody to say.
You know, I haven't drank in 10 years, but I remember all the commercials.
They were funny. They were funny.
From what I understand, they don't drink Fosters in Australia.
No,
you can let us know, Scott.
It's a very Americanized.
Yeah.
Australian.
Yeah. Quick clips. Thank you. No copyright strikes.
I remember one of the Foster's commercials. It was at night, and they were going through a field. Okay, and the dude had a wheelbarrow, and he had a guy in the wheelbarrow passed out, and they're going this way across the screen, and it said Foster's beer, however they did it, and it says designated driver as he's wheelbarrowing this guy across the field. I remember that one.
He says Foster's is putrid.
See,
that's true.
Don't disagree, but I used to drink like Natty Ice because it was 60 cents for a can.
Like, I don't know. There was a point in time here in the United States where the only beer really was like Natty and Budweiser. So all you had to do was say a beer was from another country, and people were like, "Oh, imported! I love it!" You know. So there was like Foster's, and then there was what was the one from Canada that everybody was drinking?
Labatt's.
Labatt's, yeah, Labatt's.
I like Labatt's. I like Molson.
It's imported. It's an imported beer. You know.
We're not going to.
It's like more expensive.
three sober guys on the show,
Yeah.
and then we're talking
Alcohol,
about beer.
just start talking about beer. Yeah, we're not just
Yeah, no
deleting
wars.
stuff.
We
We're
don't
not
need
talking
no we don't need no alcoholic war stories.
Yeah.
So moving along, the Browns' offensive vision, Monken told reporters he's focusing on building relationships and creating a program that demands the best out of players.
We kind of just talked about that.
Yeah, and then
It kind of goes right into that accountability that we talked about.
Accountability has been described as bringing in different, more emotive, and direct style of communication compared to the previous regime. That's a shot right at Kevin. You take it, Kevin, and enjoy that in Atlanta, buddy.
Kevin Stefanski, more like Kevin Stefan snowboarding. Am I right, guys?
When asked what players are going to make a leap in the upcoming season, Monken mentioned Mason Graham, re-leaping Jerry Jeudy, Harold Fannin Jr., and Quinshon Judkins all coming back healthy, which is great.
Yeah.
We're going to have a healthy roster coming into the season. That's something we had to look forward to, right? You're going to see Quinshon Judkins. I think he's going to be more of an elite player on his team as well, because you got new offensive line pieces that are going to be able to create holes for him. It's going to be a different year.
Samson had that one good game, like the second or third game of the year. And then, I mean, we saw him after Judkins got hurt, but it was like they didn't use him. And he looked like he was like a good little spark plug to have out there. Like
that was my thing, dude. I remember just screaming, like, you're not utilizing these guys right. What are you doing, man? Like, you're not
right.
doing
We drafted him relatively high.
And I shouldn't be shocked, because we talked about him, Stefanski not making in-game changes. He kept sticking to the same thing. And it's like, man, you keep getting stuffed up the middle. Maybe try the outside run, dude. I don't know.
Mike Tomlin said it best. He said our offense chewed with their mouth closed, and if we just don't do that, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, quick clips down there. Samson is a secret weapon of the Browns offense. I believe that. I also believe that you're going to see a lot more from Isaiah Bond.
But if you keep him a secret, then nobody knows, and then he doesn't ever get to be used.
Well, I think he was kept a secret last year because he wasn't being utilized right. He's going to have his awakening.
Breakout, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and it's funny too, because the guy asked, the way he worded the question, he said to Monken, he goes, which player you think is going to have a leap, a good leap season, a leap year? And when he said re-leaping, he goes, and I think the re-leaping of Jerry Jeudy. And he's like, I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to go with it. We're re-leaping. So maybe he can have his, comeback, season 2. So he's already paying attention to guys, I'm sure when he was in Baltimore and they got to prepare for the Browns, even though that I don't think it was too hard to prepare for Browns offense last season.
Everybody get on the bus. This is the preparation.
Right. But I know that, that he was looking at guys, obviously, on offense, you're like Myles Garrett. We already know what he's going to do, but also Mason Graham, and he talked to Mason first, that was the first one he brought up. So, he's already watched the guys. And so those are guys that he wants to see, and they're already proven what they can do. I mean, we got so lucky come on, guys. I mean, think about it. With all the rookies we got last year, they were all shining. I mean,
that's why Andrew Berry's back.
Yeah, I believe that, so hopefully we can duplicate that draft again this year. It's hard to do, but it's not that it can't be done. So
I hope so.
Thursday at PJ McIntyre's at 7 p.m.
There it is.
And make sure you come check us out. You can come and meet us. This is actually be the first time that some of us actually meet each other. So you can be there for that. Like Logan and I do Guards Mania together. We've actually never been in the same place, same time.
Yeah, right. And Sam just left, but I was going to tell him we got to get lunch this week because he brought it up a couple weeks ago and I never did. So yeah,
that'd be nice. I work all this week and I'm getting off work at 4 on Thursday. So I will be up there probably around 5:30, but start setting everything up.
Only thing, man, if you guys are showing up to this, get there a little early because the parking anywhere in Cleveland is not ideal. So, but if you get there before 7, you should be good.
Yeah, there is a huge parking lot out back, but there are other bars like attached right there at the corner.
Yeah, it usually gets a little crazy, especially even on a regular Thursday night, like you said, it gets a little bit busy. But no, this will be good.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody come out. West Park Browns backers at PJ McIntyre's and your Bearded Browns live at PJ McIntyre's. 7 o'clock will be. I don't know what time exactly we're going to be going live for sure, but We're going to go live at some point. I'm imagining before the 6th pick, obviously. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure you're there listening.
We have some drafts that like now I'm like, I don't know. I brought up the Carnell Tate thing, and I've just been. Let me get into the notes. Oh, Andrew Berry. All right, yeah, let's go.
And then PJ McIntyre's, they have a mega pretzel there that it looks like a smiley face, and they serve the mustard and the cheese in the eyeball spot. So like it looks like a smiley face, and who doesn't want to eat a smiley face?
Or a guy with a pencil in their nose. That would be an awesome pretzel.
Yeah, I come back from using the bathroom. We're talking about smiley face dipping sauces.
Well, no, I was telling him, Sam, I meant to hit you up about getting lunch this week because we were talking about how some of us have never met.
Yes, let's just do it, dude. Pick a day.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, I'll text you Monday or Tuesday.
You let me know what works. We'll go out for sure. I'm done talking about it. Let's do it. We'll hang out,
and I'll meet you Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you get to meet these weirdos. So
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Oh, Gary, this is not. Yeah, we'll have to. No Guards Mania on Thursday. Maybe we'll push it back to Wednesday.
Maybe, yeah. Bring it up, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Berry had his press conference yesterday. Yesterday. You heard a lot about the upcoming draft. Obviously, he's not going to tell us anything because that's just how the Browns organization is as a whole. But you got some insight and some things that made me turn my head and ask, like, or tell myself, please don't. Yeah, I did, man. I was like, oh no. In his April 2026 pre-draft press conference, Cleveland Browns GM Andrew Berry signaled openness to all options with the number 6 pick, including trading down or up. He praised prospects like Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love and hinted at drafting a quarterback while emphasizing that tackles are tackles regarding offensive line flexibility. The key takeaways from the press conference: draft strategy, flexibility. Berry stated that they're exploring all possibilities, including trading down from 6, trading up, or staying put to maximize the value. I obviously always emphasize the fact that this year I think the Browns have to go needs over wants. And he stated in this that every team has needs, which is very true. But when your whole offensive line can't score more than 14, or your offensive line, your whole offense can't score more than 14 points, your biggest problem is your offense. So let's go get a linebacker at 6, or safety at 6. No,
Yeah, right.
Pick, or even a running back. You have 2 solid running backs that we just talked about.
Carnell Tate is there. You take him.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's where
Jeremiah Love falls at 6. Then you think about it. Like, I mean, that dude is a beast.
If he falls at 6, right?
If he gets to 6, then it's like, okay, like that would be better than Chubb and Hunt by far. Having those two, like having Love and Judkins, that would be pretty difficult to stop.
Yeah, kind of like up
Sam's thing.
Yeah, kind of like up in Detroit with the 2-headed monster running back duo they got up there. With,
Gibbs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But like Sam says, like there's a possibility that Carnell Tate's not even going to be available at 6. So
yeah, I've said that months ago, and I even said like we get to number 5, you get to 5 and there's the Giants and they're like, the Giants pick Carnell Tate, and I've said that months ago.
Because Neighbor hurt his knee, didn't he? Their stud receiver, like Malik Neighbor, I think, tore his ACL.
Right. But I'm pretty sure he'll be back. But then you go like, oh man, why did the Giants need that? Well, like you said it, Malik Neighbors. I said, well, maybe they're trying to get that wide receiver duo like they have over there in Cincinnati. Yeah. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's what, so there's a possibility that Tate's not there, because a lot of people just think you got to get Tate. Well, what if Tate's not there, guys? You got to think about that too. Then I personally would go the next best receiver on the board, bigger receiver. That's just me. So but I don't know. Some of my takeaway from Andrew Berry, I think you still got to throw up some smoke screens. So he did show a lot of love to Jeremiah Love, no pun intended. But I think sometimes you throw that up, and then he kind of touched on tackles are tackles. Oh well, tackles are tackles. Well, maybe he don't want to. Maybe that's what he wants, and he don't want people to think that that's his main priority. You know what I'm saying? That's what I kind of got out of the tackles are tackles thing. And
We're gonna get into that one in a
Cedric
second.
Wills really proved him right on that one.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
bingo. They're not all the same, buddy.
Yeah, you can't just move like a great college right tackle. I'm
Right.
now I'm pissed.
The
I
two
didn't
things
know-
I hate hearing the most on the show: Michigan and Jedrick Wills.
Well, luckily we have Zach Zinter from Michigan who might be healthy. He just got engaged a couple days ago, so maybe
How'd that work out for Baker?
Good.
I mean, I guess the Cheesecake Factory is always going to be there. So
Oh,
That's funny.
who knows? Yeah, hopefully Zinter stays away from the Crocker parking lots. But
Was it? Yeah. Was that
Calm
when
down.
was that in college or was that that wasn't with the Browns when Baker got he was running from the cops or something.
no, that was in college. Yeah,
Yeah, it was in college. Yeah, that's funny. If you've never seen it, you can go look
dude,
that up.
that was a big hit. They need to. That cop maybe should have ended up on Pittsburgh or something or
yeah,
Baltimore.
did you see how quick that pocket collapsed?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He was trying to run. He was trying to run from I don't know if it was college security. I think he was actually downtown somewhere where he was at hanging out, and he was a little inebriated, and he tried to make a run for it. It was a real short run. It wasn't even a.
It happened. Dude, it happens to the best of us, man. I got taken out by one of those toll booth arms, like that let you in and out of parking lots. On St. Patty's Day, man. I was running from a cop and thing just dropped down right on my head, took me out. I woke up and there was 3 cops around me.
I was running
Okay.
full speed one time, man, and I was running. It was a clearing in the woods, and I was running full speed. There's more of a story to it, but I'm just going to say I was running full speed. It's at night, so it's dark. I was running full speed, and I ran right into a chain link fence.
Yeah.
All I heard was, I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, damn. My face was cut up, man, but full. I'd never seen it, man. It was just it was that dark.
It happens, man.
The fence was there because it was blocking the railroad tracks, and I thought that I could just
Get to the tracks.
get to the tracks, be gone, man. And no, that fence said, "Hold on, buddy." I heard that chain link was like, shoo, shoo, it's about to be off. I'm like,
Launched 'em.
man. Yeah, it launched me, man.
Dude, yeah, all right. That's got to be a reel that we post. Just
They were human, man. We have, my younger
It
days,
happens,
I've
man.
done some wild stuff. Man.
me, Sam, Baker Mayfield, we're practically the same person.
And you know what's funny? Me and my one buddy, Brendan, we talk about it all the time. I could sit there and watch videos over and over and over about people getting tased. It's just something about it. Man. It's just something about it. Like I
It's
remember
electrifying.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, no pun intended, right? I remember the one where the dude gets out of the car and he's sipping on a bottle of beer and he's like in his underwear and he's got a Burger King crown on and they just hit him and he's just like, and he's got the Burger King crown, looked like it got bigger as he went just down to the
That's what we
ground.
should do. Maybe we won't have time for this draft, but next year we'll all make our picks, and whoever's the furthest off or whoever's right gets
Tase
tased.
him.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
There you
down.
go.
I actually got a taser right here.
See?
There
And
you
a
go.
gun. I'm ready over here. But I do want to bring up something really quick, and I forgot to bring up, and we've been talking about doing this for about 3 weeks now. So I'm going to bring it up, and then Sam, this is going to make Sam actually happy. So, while
Sam's
Gary's
actually
gone.
happy because he's going to actually be happy for once.
bam.
Look at that guy's face. If you don't know who Monken is staring at, that is the infamous Tony Grossi. I seen this picture, man. I'm like, what did Monken say to this dude? What did he say to this guy? And I told you, I'll save mine. Would you guys, or I'll do mine if you guys want to think about what he said. Or would you want to just go and I'll do mine at the end?
Let's hear
I'm
it.
just going to say that he threatened him. Like you report your BS stories about me, buddy. It's on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to go with. And then he was like, "Ooh, maybe I should stop." Ooh,
I told you guys that I feel Monken of the Duke, the John Wayne type guy, and there's a quote from John Wayne that I thought of right away because I always like to quote, man. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's what he said to him. The quote is, life is tough, but it's tougher if you're stupid. I think that's what he looked at him and said. He pulled out the old John Wayne on him. So I saw that picture. I thought it was great, man. I'm like, yeah, he said something to him. So
I think he told him that our starting quarterback might not be on the roster, and Grossi has no idea what to think about it.
What's up, Ethan?
Thank you for joining us, Ethan. Appreciate you, man. So I'm gonna take that back down. I don't even want to hear Gary's input because we'll probably get kicked off there for that one. Andrew Berry had high praise for prospects. He praised wide receivers Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, along with running back Jeremiah Love, calling Love a unique and dynamic prospect. We know that. Thank you. Don't draft a running back. And then that's going to bring us up right to the next one. Quarterback interest. Berry confirmed that the team has spent significant time with Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson and is open to drafting a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna speak on this first. You can draft a quarterback. Okay. You watched us go through 5 quarterbacks in 1 year. So I understand that you need another quarterback. You're not going to see that quarterback play unless you draft Ty Simpson at 6. You're not going to see that quarterback play. Get somebody that could be a good, solid backup. But I don't know, man. Maybe second, third round.
Yeah, and I don't know. I wish we would just sign a veteran guy to sit like third string, not Flacco or anything, obviously, but just somebody that has been a career backup. Like when Mary Kay said draft, like her pick would be Simpson or Samson, whatever it is at 6, it was like, that's just, I mean, they have every right. Like if Monken wants to draft a starting quarterback, fine. He can't, like they could do it, but that would be chaos. Like, could you imagine? We'd be the joke. We already are the joke of the league, but like with Watson, who some people wonder if he can get back to what he was, Shedeur Sanders, who obviously, a lot of people really love him and think he should have gone in the first round, and then we introduce another first round rookie in there. Like it would be a mess. And they would
the problem is not introducing a first round rookie, because like if the guy really is a first round rookie, then that's fine. If you really think he's going to be the future, then you draft the guy, right? Because right now we're trying to win. This is, Monken isn't married to anybody that is on this roster. If Monken has a guy that he thinks that he can turn into the next guy, then you get him, right? But you have a guy like Ty Simpson, who nobody in the league is saying is a top 10 pick, right?
He's up there.
They're starting to now, and I think it's probably no depth in the draft, and it's like quarterbacks.
But that's exactly it. It's happening in the week before the draft.
That happens a lot. Shedeur Sanders last year was selected to be a first round pick, and he got picked in a 5th.
Yeah, but he was a first round. I understand what you're saying. Ty Simpson is not a top 10 pick.
He is.
He's not. Ty Simpson's not going to go he's not going to go in the top 10. Nobody is going to pick him in the top 10.
All right, this is it. So
Mendoza is like Ethan is saying. Mendoza is the only first round quarterback, and you have somebody here that is, and you don't pick him with the number 6. And I think what she is saying is, if you're going to pick him with the 24th, you might as well pick him with the 6. Is like what her point is, right? But you don't. He's not that guy. He is just not that guy.
Out.
I don't think all I see is, if you do that, all I see is, and I got a skit, and it's that quarterback carousel, and then you're going to have you'll have Deshaun Watson on there, you'll have Gabriel in there, you're going to have Shedeur Sanders in there, you add a Ty Simpson in the quarterback carousel mix, and all I hear is the Benny Hill theme in the back. We don't need that. We don't.
I tell you what,
we don't see what you got this year and the guys that you have.
Yeah,
I know we want to win, but maybe get a guy down low, But I was with Ethan. You do need a camp arm, get it, but I just don't think you need to go in there and
that's what I like. His point
quarterback at 6, man.
Of the Jets.
Everybody's going to lose their mind.
The Jets might be dumb enough to draft him. I think
that would help the Browns.
Yeah, I think the Jackson Dart situation, like right next to them in New York, like nobody was really talking about him as a first rounder, and then probably the last 2 weeks before the draft, he started to get a lot of attention. And he actually, he performed better than any quarterback we've ever had, outside of Baker, I guess. But like Jackson Dart started to get momentum, and he actually seems like he could be a franchise guy. So maybe the Jets would do that.
That's who I wanted the Browns to get last year. Honestly, it was on my list, man.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Jets to draft him. If the Jets draft Ty Simpson, then the Browns are really in a position to take best available at number 6.
You want to hear something crazy? What if the Raiders don't take Mendoza?
There's a lot. I mean, I think they will, but the arguments for why they won't are starting to build it.
What did they got Kirk Cousins, didn't they?
Yeah, for a lot of money.
And they got so I mean, I understand maybe you'd still take a Mendoza, you bridge him. I get it.
He will.
They got Tom Brady.
Yeah. But who's to say? I mean, Jaws will drop with the first pick, the Raiders.
I mean, I could
trade the Raiders trade
with the Cleveland Browns.
I could see them trading down to 2 or 3 because who knows?
I think
I can see them trading down to 2 or 3.
I wanted to throw that out there because we always we talked about it. Hey, we got to get Carnell Tate. Well, he might not be there.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders can throw a big whole wrinkle in the whole show right off the rip. It's possible, everything is you don't know till you get there,
So I always watch the movie Draft Day right before the draft, and damn, is that a stomach turner, man? You're just like, oh, this is typical Cleveland Browns, and then it just happened to work out for them, like us last year. But you sit there and think, man, we've had so many bad drafts, so many busts. That's what I'm worried about, is picking up busts. And this is the big year for us, guys. We finally got our first round draft picks back, and we have 2 of them in the first round. Utilize those for key pieces that you need to fix your offense. Like I said, you can go best player available for position need. You can't go best player available. I'm going to pick up a linebacker at 6 because he's elite.
Yeah, well, I think also part of what we got going on here too, where we were talking about Andrew Berry drafting, and he could we can get a veteran, we can get trading for a veteran out of some of this, so that's not off the table. You can do that. There's a lot of other things, and I really think, I mean, obviously they got an idea of what they want to do when they get to the draft. But things change as the draft progresses. So does the board then, and they could try to plan it, plan A, a plan B, a plan C. But then, they get a phone call from, there was talks about, Dallas calling them. Things can change, man, real fast, So I think they have ideas what direction they want to go in. That's what I said. It's what kind of bothers me about Petonio not making a decision, because I really think when you think of it that way, that's another part that they need to figure out, but they can't really figure out if they need to do it this year or next year, if they want to go for a guard, so
whether they draft someone who's more ready to play this year, or if they have a guy that they know probably could benefit from sitting a year. But right now,
if they try to get a left tackle, I think you need a true left tackle. By the way, I've been saying that too. I don't want a right tackle going left. I just don't. I was talking to somebody else, private conversation. I'm not going to put the name out there, but left tackle to right tackle will work. Right tackle to left tackle, he told me don't work. And he's a sports guru. So I'm like, I didn't really ask him why. We had a little chat, and I didn't want to get too deep into it. But I just think you need a true. I've been saying it. We need a true left tackle if you're going to take.
It's like trying to throw a freaking baseball with your left hand and you're right-handed. It's stupid.
Right. And some guys are versatile like that, but I think if you're trying to fix that position, you get that kind of guy. Like there was talks Monken said about wanting to implement a fullback. A lot of days now that's obsolete. A lot of teams don't do that, or they put the tight end in that spot to do that. I think if you really want to run schemes with the fullback, you get a true fullback, and there's fullbacks out there. I was Barry Shuck and I were chatting on one of our reels, and I was talking about that. There's some guys out there you can get late in the round that are true fullbacks, and if that's what you're going to do, you might see that later down in the draft.
I mean, I don't have any examples, but I think that you've seen guys go from left tackle to right tackle, but not
Right.
the other way around successfully. It's like, in baseball, you don't go from second base to shortstop. You're a shortstop, then you can go to third base or second base, right? But if you are already at second base, it means you failed as a shortstop. I think it's probably the same thing on the offensive line, right? In football, you start off at left tackle. If you're already a right tackle, that means you weren't a left tackle to begin with. So, you can draft a left tackle and then move that left tackle to other spots in the line. But if you're already in college a right tackle, you're probably not a left tackle.
Yeah, the left tackle is the most important position on that line, and it's like you already proved you didn't start there in college.
Yeah, so
there's guys that I've already crossed off my list just for the fact that they're right tackles. They're
Yeah.
great.
It might work. Like, I'm sure there are guys that have made the move and succeeded, but it's like, but you don't at number 6 or like
more against that.
Yeah, like he makes the first rounder. Like Jedrick Wills is still the perfect example. Like, okay, we actually drafted him, and I'll say it again, we drafted him in front of the guy who won the best left tackle the best lineman in college. He was a left tackle for Iowa, Tristan Wirfs, and now he's a top 3 left tackle in the league still. And he was on the board, but we tried to outsmart him and get Jedrick Wills instead. And now he's taking tackle.
Yeah, I want to get to Ethan. He says, Sam, were those players dead? Is that why you crossed them off the list? No, I crossed Spencer Fano off the list because Spencer Fano's a right tackle. I would rather, and from Utah, but I would rather go with a Caleb Lemieux. I would rather go with Caleb Lemieux. Why? He's a left tackle. Now, Spencer Fano and Caleb Lemieux being on the same team, no, those were great bookends. But I don't think you could take a Spencer Fano and go, all right, now you're a left tackle. That's not a right tackle to left. It's not going to happen. Spencer Fano plays right. Spencer Fano's at right. You go get a Caleb Lemieux if you decide to do that. He's a left tackle. Moreau Freeling, left tackle. Caden Proctor, left tackle. So I just don't. You go for the true positional guy if you're going to draft them that.
The only guy I can think of that worked with was Orlando Brown.
Yeah, and I like the major league reference there, Ethan. That was a deep cut. When they're making their baseball team in major league of guys they're going to invite to camp and the list, some of the guys on the list are dead. So she says, well, cross them off.
Okay. Off the list.
This guy's dead. We'll cross him off the list then.
That's funny.
I wanted to hit somebody's comment. Quick Clip said, Sam, I've been thinking the same thing. What if the Raiders trade for Shador and the Browns get Mendoza? That would be the biggest trade in NFL history. Brady loves Sanders.
Don't get trolled, Mike. Don't talk about it.
No. I know. It was funny.
It's just another, it's just another idea that things that can happen,
And DeJuan Jones, guys, if it could stay healthy and fit, the guy's a solid left tackle. He could be a left tackle.
But he wasn't good when he was healthy though last year.
He just threw
nobody
TJ Watt to the ground and he wasn't good.
I would like to see him come back and for the last 3 seasons he's been hurt, DeJuan Jones. Okay. Now he starts left tackle next year and he's healthy all year. You still want to get your rookie involved. Okay. Now I think DeJuan Jones could move into a guard position. I think he can do that. And then you bring your rookie out on your left tackle spot and then they can work that way. I think as good as I think that DeJuan Jones is with his size and quick feet for getting those edges to get those edge rushers, I think he would be really great moving in the inside for plowing ahead for getting them run games going. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
But get a true left tackle. If you're going to go get a tackle.
I want this. I think Quick Clip said it. Proctor, like that dude seems like a machine out there. What is he from Alabama? Proctor?
Yeah.
I believe he is from Proctor's from Alabama. Freeling's
he's
like Georgia Bulldog.
He's like DeJuan Jones size. It seems like he's actually a little bit quicker though. Like that. I think that might be one that we'd trade down, like to where we go to 9 or 10. Send him a care package.
Nate Newton was just pardoned by President Trump in February. We can see if he's available.
Cross him off the list.
Isn't he dead? No, never mind. Sorry. Proctor has issues with his weight. Yes, so did DeJuan Jones did too, but he seemed to clean himself up. That's why I had big expectations for DeJuan Jones last season, because he came in shape, and it's always my thing too with the bigger guys. Ethan, I truly agree with that. They've got to watch their weight. You don't want to come in sloppy, and these rookies have been sitting out since last season. They need to hopefully stay in shape and get ready for this draft, because when your numbers pooled, you got a lot of expectations from people. You need to come in looking good. So.
That's why I like Monroe Freeling, man. 6'7", 315, faster than everybody, bigger arm span than everybody, solid left tackle, out of Georgia. Bring him here. That is my top pick.
Yeah, he's starting.
You want to go left tackle with the first pick that we have?
I'm not saying so when I did my mock drafts, I picked Carnell Tate. I did like 4 or 5 of them. What sucks is you just watch all the offensive linemen fall off, because apparently we are not the only team that needs offensive linemen, especially left tackle.
Yeah.
So I would hate to be Andrew Berry this week. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I think, to me, and I think we have some mock drafts to get to, which we will in a second here, but it's like, to me, it almost feels like nobody knows. Like, maybe Carnell Tate is the best receiver. That's kind of the consensus, but like there could be 3 left tackles that we're okay with and 3 or 4 receivers that we are also okay with. And it's like, if that's the case, then I think we should trade down from 6 to like 10 or 11. And like whichever one of those guys is still there, then you take them. Like, unless they're absolutely in love with someone, then you stay at 6 and you grab them. If not, then trade back. And if you're okay with taking any of these 3 guys, one of them will be there at 10. Like the receivers, like we mentioned, Denzel Boston, or the dude from A&M. I texted you guys that, the receiver, Casey, whatever his name is, like
Concepcion.
Yeah, like he's someone I'm pulling for now, and I want us to get him just because, he's been having a hard time because he has the speech impediment and stuff, and it's like he just came right out and wrote the league a letter and was like, just addressed it, and that takes balls to do. And
I've seen that, man. I seen that too. You sent it to us, but I seen it before you had sent it, and I thought the same thing right away. I'm like, hey man, he's throwing himself out there. I got the guts. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Yeah. You will get what you draft out of me.
He said it. Yeah, I stutter, but I also catch every ball that's thrown my way, and it's like, all right, I want this guy on our team now, like that. I want Carnell Tate.
You want? That's an attitude you want.
This dude, he's had like, I don't know, people like, we've had struggles. I guess everyone has their own struggles, and it's like this dude just embraced it a week before the biggest day of his life.
I'll stutter step around your cornerbacks.
Quick clip says, I saw highlights of the one Jones on Micah Parsons. He's good. He needs to stay healthy. Go back and watch DeJuan Jones against TJ Watt. Go watch it. He's his daddy. He owns him every time. Go check it out.
TJ Watt's the best defensive end in the league, Sam. Haven't you heard?
And not when DeJuan Jones is on the field.
That's why
he has a face like TJ Watt has a face like Tony Grossi there when he's got to go against DeJuan Jones. Why you throw me down like that? Why you doing that?
All right, let's get on to these mock drafts.
Let's get it going, man. Let's get it going. Get through this stuff.
I am going to pull
other
up
stuff to do. We all have other stuff to do today.
I don't have shit to do except for the Cavs at 1:00. Let's beat the Raptors.
I got to go try to fix my mom's floor.
I got work tonight, and then we got WrestleMania night 1.
WrestleMania. You would like my barbers. When I go in there, he's about 4 years younger than me. Delmonico's in Lorraine. I know it's way too far for you, but they're big wrestling guys.
Okay.
Sorry.
And they like when I go in there. Yesterday, I went in to get a haircut, and they had WrestleMania 3. I was watching King Kong.
That's one of the best WrestleManias of all time.
Yep, they were watching that, and then I told them, I said, hey, because they know I do the pod with Mike. Me and Mike stopped in for haircuts to get freshened up for an event. We went in there, and I was talking. I said, yeah, man, Bernie Kosar was in the ring last week. Did you guys see that? They go, not that we see it. We were there. Both of them, both of the barbers went to it. So.
Ask them about maybe they want to sponsor the show so we can keep getting these shout outs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, free shout outs. All right. So from our sponsor, Bearded Bastards Barbecue Sauce, we have Dan Eipert. turned his in. I do like his a lot, and it's not just because he's a sponsor of the show, but it makes some sense. I obviously pick number 6, Carnell Tate, 24, Caleb Lomu, 39, Colton Hood, and 70, Eli Stowers. All positions of need. I like where you picked up a cornerback at 39. I'd be okay with that. And a tight end at 70 if they're still available. This is all A pluses, obviously. I didn't grade this. But the big question is are these people going to be available at these spots? That is the biggest question. Obviously, we don't even know if Carnell Tate's going to be available at 6. I'm not against Caleb Lomu either. Colton Hood, I don't have a bunch on myself.
I got really quick on Colton Hood because the last name rang a bell from old football player in the past, and I looked it up. And Colton Hood's uncle was Roderick Hood. He played 2003 to 2011. He was a defensive back, and he played for Eagles, Cardinals, and St. Louis Rams. And he's actually Hood's mentor going through his football career, which was pretty cool. His dad played for college, and he's got a brother that plays in college. But his dad played for, I can't remember, Auburn or something. I can't remember. But so he comes from a football family. Most of these guys do, but I thought Roger Hood, he was legit DB, so that's his nephew.
I like that pick, man. Now I'm sold on this guy. I didn't know that all about him.
Yeah, he's got real good physicality. He's got really good tackling ability. He's a late first rounder or early second rounder, they're predicting. But what I liked about him too is I wouldn't watch the film. Not only is he really good on man coverage, he gets a little bit of shit because of his 5'11" size, but he's got the speed. He got an overall grade, press man corner 79.2. It was almost, just call it 80. That's what I always I'm rounding that up. But that's a pro football focus grade. But I seen his ability on my sniffing out the run. So he's great in coverage. Plays tight coverage. He can jump, so don't let his height fool you. He can still get up there with the taller receivers. But I noticed a lot on his ability to see, all right, run. It's like a blink of an eye, and he's off and he's in there. A lot of run stuff, or run stoppage. By the time they get out to the corner, they're trying to make their moves or whatnot, or inside. But he was really good in run coverage too, I thought so. Yeah, I like him. Definitely like him.
It seems like a solid pick. I like the tight end there too.
Yeah, Eli Stower, man. Everybody's saying Sadiq. And guess who's behind Sadiq is projected tight end to go under Sadiq, Eli Stowers. I talked about Eli Stowers being a big wide receiver. Some of these guys come in and they're like, all right, well, you're a great tight end, but we've seen that we could probably utilize you as a big target receiver, which can happen. And sometimes they float guys in different positions once they do get to the NFL. So,
and if there's one thing we all agree on this show, it's that we need to have tight ends that play receiver.
Yeah.
Yep. We need some blocking tight ends.
Yeah. We got that. We'll have that, and we're back to the fullback, man. Let's get a fullback. Either you get a guy, there's about 4 or 5 guys that you can get on a small contract that are out there, veterans, or you draft one late because they're just as good. That's what you're trying to scheme, And when I think of fullback, running back, I go back to LaDainian Tomlinson and
Lorenzo
Neal. Now, Lorenzo Neal and LaDainian even said, man, I wouldn't be half of what I had without him pushing guys out the way, his leading fullback, So Lorenzo Neal, I want to see some of that, man. Seeing Quinshawn or Rocket Sanders or Sampson getting that fullback,
Rocket Sanders, dude, I forgot about. I'm excited about that guy.
Yeah. Well, let's keep it going, man. I like it. Carnell Tate, check. Caleb Lemieux, check. True left tackle, check. Colton Hood, I just gave a little quick read on him, and then Eli Stowers is Eli Stowers. You're going to get another. I would call him a like a fan and help me out with the tight end hybrid tight end. So
hybrid.
Yeah.
What did you say, Mike?
I just said hybrid.
Hybrid. Yeah, that's what I was trying to spit out. But, all right,
Wide-
man. Let's go.
wide end.
Let's move it on. Move it on.
And we got Scott Smith's mock draft, and I really liked his first pick. I just don't think Monroe Freeling will be available at 24, which is going to be a bummer for us. Depending on if Carnell Tate's still there, pick him up. Get Monroe Freeling. 24, he's got another offensive guard out of Penn State. Isla Vega Lowane?
Ione, I believe it is.
Ione?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Anyways.
6'4", 330 pounds. That was a guy that I didn't see. I had to go look him up, so I went and got a little bit of info on him. He started all 16 games, durable, no injuries prior past. He allowed 0 sacks in the final 2 seasons. 0. He's elite pass blocker, 89.5 passing grade. Big, sturdy, lots of power, great balance, and they consider him a blue chip player.
We don't know what those are here in Cleveland.
Right. And the
Yeah,
thing
blue
is,
chip, crossing off the list.
well, the thing is, too,
We only
now-
get poop chip.
well, the thing is too now is he's a guard. So, Petonio, what's up, dude? Coming back? Not coming back? Do we need to fill your shoes? This
See,
guy.
that's
looks
where,
good.
yeah, it's like
This guy looks good. We need to know. We need to know.
That's where if he's not coming back, we could take a guard in first or second round. But if he's going to be here, then you probably draft one in the third or fourth. But right
Considered
now,
a blue chip guard, and if he's not going to be here, yeah.
Our lads has him ranked the best guard in the draft at 9.51.
I think if we don't know by the draft, and I mean, again, we have other guys we want to pick, but this could be one where you just take this Penn State guy and make the decision for him. And you don't want to.
No, you're good.
You know what I mean?
I get it. We don't want you back. You waited too long. We got your replacement. And he goes by Vega by short, but I like him. I do. I don't know about going 2 line guys back to back like that. You can, obviously you can, but we need to know, man.
If you knew Boston was going to be there, then this makes a lot of sense. But like Quick Clip said, and honestly, Sam would probably take Denzel Boston first overall if we could make that trade. It sounds like, but if you knew Boston was going to be there, this makes a lot of sense.
Oh, for sure. And I did say too, I like Tate. I do like Tate. If Tate was there and on the board at 6, I would take Tate. But if Tate's not there, then I would have to say, well, do I go receiver or just pull that trigger on that left tackle? Or, Antonio retired. I want to get that guard. Well, we don't know. But
the only gripe about him is continued development of quickness is a need. He'll need to make the jump at the next level. A need for any top draft choice. He'll need to meet the challenge of being considered among the best. Some will not consider him an elite athlete, but it's evident that he will roll up his sleeves. He's a blue-collar talent, an early pick, and has all the characteristics to become a first-year starter with an all-pro performer, all plug-and-play performer. So
that's a guy you can get ready to roll with, man. And we'll say it a lot. Everybody needs development. Everybody's, you're going to have some plug-in guys that can go right in there, but they can be better. You're getting to the NFL. You're at the next level now. So we're going to have to get you better. So everybody needs a little bit of development.
Yeah.
Gary, what you think, man? You're down there quiet, brother. I know you look like you're doing a bunch, man. What's going on, man?
I'm just sitting here listening,
He's watching WrestleMania. Yeah.
Watching WrestleMania.
King Kong Bundy. Actually, real quick, that WrestleMania 3 was the first time that they cut a hair. It was like Rowdy Piper against
Adrian Adonis.
Adonis, yeah. And they ended up that's when they implemented the cutting the hair. Brutus the Barber wasn't Brutus the Barber yet either. So
yeah, he wasn't. Now that wasn't the first hair cutting match. There's lots of hair cutting beforehand, but that was the first time that it happened on WWF TV and pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so what's your thoughts really quick down there, Gary?
I just it's hard to really give thoughts on this sort of stuff just because we don't know like who's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm having fun watching everybody's mock drafts here. Just really kind of depends on who's going to be there, what kind of trades, we're going to see here. Really it's just if Carnell Tate is there, you're taking him at 6. I don't care who else is there. It doesn't matter who else is there on defense, who else is there on offense. If you have an opportunity to take him, like when we do our mock drafts here, if we do them live here in a minute, if Carnell Tate is there, that's who I'm taking at 6. That's it. That's all. And then you just kind of go from there.
I want him, man. Like I know I want the guy from A&M too, but it's like if he's there, I'm also sick of us not drafting these Buckeye receivers and then watching them all go do what they do in the league. And it's not even being here and having to hear the Buckeye fans talk about it, but it's like, even as a Michigan guy, like these dudes, every one of them is elite, every single one of them. And we don't end up, and they live 2 hours south of us and we never pick them. Like
Jackson Smith and Jigbo is just a freak of nature, man. That is one guy I wish we would have picked up. But
Jeremiah Smith coming up. It's like, dude, him or Igbuka, whatever. And Tampa
Marvin Harrison Jr., wasn't it?
Yeah, and Harrison might be. I mean, the Cardinals are who they are, but he might be the one that like has done the least so far, and he
might be somebody that's available for a discount at this point. And
he's could be like talent wise the best one out of all of them.
Yeah. Are you guys both against?
Go ahead, Mike.
Are you guys both against doing a mock draft today?
No, let's do it
before the show.
Yeah, let's get to it.
We can knock those out real quick and then end the show, and then we'll all have our mock drafts done. I think the only one that hasn't done one was Chad, so we'll get his Tuesday.
Scott Smith, personally, I would trade down, and I think we could get my mock draft with extra picks. Yeah.
I think that's it. Everybody keeps saying trade down, but the problem with that is if we're having issues with who's going to be available at 6, so does everybody else.
Yeah.
Who's trading up for that 6th pick?
Right. And I think
what do you get for it?
A lot's going to be dictated by what happens with the first 5 guys going up before us.
For sure.
And then it's going to
want something. But
it's going to go from there. Yeah. I really don't think that out of the 5, so what it's like Raiders, we got Raiders at first. We already know that. And then it's Jets. And then we have Giants at 5. A lot can
Titans
happen
are in there.
Man. Yeah. So a lot can happen there. So, I mean.
Love's going to the Titans.
That's what I think it seems like that is what they would do.
And like I said, Tate could go to the Giants. So.
Right. We never know.
Man. Yeah, man. I'm excited for you guys. We all got the time to me, Mike, and Angel. I think Chad did too. I'm not sure, but we all got a chance.
Wait, Mike, did we have Scott Smith's? You said that we had his, right? He's the one in Australia.
Yeah,
that's it up.
Mm-hmm.
That was his.
That's this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Got
it. We all got a chance to do it, so I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to do yours. So let's get to it, man.
Yes. I'm gonna actually make this big so you guys can see it. But who wants to go first? You want to flip a coin? What are we doing here? Gary?
I'll go first.
You know what? Gary's going first.
Ready to rock. Let him rock.
Why does Gary get to go first?
Because I called it.
Oh, you called shotgun.
Yeah, I called
All
shotgun.
right, here we go. So round 1, obviously Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders. Adversaries to the Jets. We go to the Falcons. Your pick is up. We're not doing this with any trades, so we're going to reject all trades.
All right, so we know who I'm taking. I'm taking Carnell Tate.
Going Carnell Tate.
Boom.
That's easy. Boom. Let me get rid of that ad down there. Draft. Carnell Tate is in. The pick is in. Oh, I had that squared up.
The Cleveland Browns select
at pick 24.
All right.
Rejecting offers.
All right, let's go to all here, see who's all available. All right. See here. We're going to go with Proctor.
Caden Proctor right off the bat. Went off the best player available, offensive tackle, Caden Proctor out of Alabama. Is that your final pick?
That's my final pick.
You guys want to bash him?
No, it was kind of tiny for me to see. I can't really see, and I don't have my glasses with me. It's small on my screen. But, Mike, where did Freeland go? Did he already go?
Freeland is gone at the Panthers.
Panthers, yeah. It's crazy, man. All that stuff, like you said, once you get going, guys fall
Makai
off.
Lemon to the Rams. Kenyon Sadiq to Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers.
Tyson went to the Jets.
Jordan Tyson to the Jets. Oh, Omar Cooper Jr. to the Dolphins.
Spencer
Nobody
Fano,
cares about the Steelers or the
We don't need
Cowboys.
a right tackle. I'm cool on that.
Caleb Lomu to the Eagles. Gary, so you want to go Caden Proctor?
Caden Proctor.
Boom, boom.
The Cleveland Browns select
Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Alabama. Next pick, 39. Gary, don't mess this up, man. I'm gonna have Sam be the
Roger Goodell.
Need me to be D Haslam again?
yeah, he's gonna be D Haslam, and then you are a crazed fan, Logan.
All right, here. So we got a pretty interesting situation here, right? Because we have
Look at
Ty
this.
Simpson still available. But
Oh.
I like Shador,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
So, this is a situation where possibly you could trade that pick, right? If he's still available. But I think that I'm going to try and I think I'm going to try and support. I'm going to go best player again here, and I'm going to best player to me, and I'm going to try and support Miles here, and I'm going to pick up TJ Parker.
TJ Parker, edge rusher out of Clemson. Mr. Haslam, do you have anything to say?
Nah, Barry, he's doing okay over here. He might just keep his job, but with that last pick, it's a little concerning. So I don't know
Crazed
if we
fan?
need another edge rusher here.
I've been blacked out since before this thing even started. Are we-
Good answer. Good answer.
All right.
the Cleveland Browns select
TJ Parker, edge rusher out of Clemson to stack up with Myles Garrett. The pick is in.
The picks are in.
Next pick, number 70, Gary. Don't mess this up. Pressure's on. Mr. Andrew Berry.
Mr. Andrew Gary.
Andrew
I
Garrett.
like that even better.
There you go.
This is even my stomach's turning just because I know none of this is really realistic, but Gary picking is what's turning my stomach. No,
It's turning my stomach too.
Eli
he's doing better
Stowers.
than Barry so far. He hasn't drafted 2 quarterbacks.
Yes, we're going to
Yeah,
reject all
yeah, right.
trades. Reject that trade. Pick number 70, Gary.
All right, we're gonna go.
Ooh.
We are going to go Brazel, wide
Brazel,
receiver out of
yes.
Tennessee.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. I really like that. If you can get him at 70, yes, all day long. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, open up that checkbook, Mr. Haslam. Sorry, go ahead, Logan.
No, I was just saying, I wonder if he's been at Tennessee for most of his college career. If he was, we played with Tillman.
Cedric. Wow, yeah, that's true. That's all the crazed fan has to say.
And Sampson, actually. Yeah. Just bring on these Tennessee
Oh,
guys
yeah.
to see the field.
Dylan Sampson. Yeah, I forgot about that. He was Tennessee last year until we drafted him. But Gary, is your pick in?
My pick is in.
Nice. I like it.
the Cleveland Browns select
Wide receiver out of Tennessee, Chris Brazel II.
Yep.
That is it, man.
6'5", 198 pounds last season, 62 catches, 1,017 yards, 9 TDs. He is a deep threat.
Yeah, I like the pick as well. He is on the list of wide receivers for sure. He was the 60th best in the draft, I believe. Wow. Good job. Now let's speed this up.
All right, let's see my grades.
I don't believe this one gives you an actual grade, but I'm going to screenshot it so we could post it. Oh, it does give you a grade now.
What did he get on the defensive end?
Overall grade B. He got a D for the edge rusher.
Yeah, you guys don't
TJ
like
Parker.
they don't like my edge rusher. Well, it's because it's not necessarily a need, but
Right. No, I get it.
I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna work out for us.
That was the one. That was the one where I was like, I don't know. But hey, everybody's going to need help. Miles
Yeah.
is going to be 30 years old or is 30. So, yeah, man.
All right. Restart. You ready, Logan? You got your thinking cap on?
Yep.
By the way,
All right.
Carnell Tate is an A. I don't care what they say.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I can't believe they gave him a B, to be honest.
Really?
3 consensus. All right. Y'all ready for this? Oh, so you get.
Y'all ready for this? Doom, 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 doom,
So I did a
doom, doom.
PFSN one for Gary. I didn't switch it to consensus, so yours is going to be a lot better, probably.
Oh,
Logan.
so you screwed me over.
Yes, typical me. Let's go.
Yeah, it is typical you.
Mendoza. Caleb Downs to the Giants. All right, let's go, Logan.
Give me the. I'm gonna go against everything I said. I want that Francis Mayuga.
Okay.
Wow. So you are skipping Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate. Interesting.
Wow.
Ooh. Mr. Haslam, you got anything to say besides wow?
You're fired. No, go ahead.
I'm drafting this as if like Jeremiah Love will probably not be there, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. No, I got you. And I'm pretty sure I have it in another note, but I'm pretty sure he is a true left tackle there. So I would be in agreement with a true left tackle.
All right.
Well, I'm Mary Kate Cabot today,
Cleveland Browns
and
select.
Oh,
Ty Simpson should have gone
Francis
Ty Simpson's
Mayoga.
still on the board. I can't believe you didn't pick him.
there. Yeah.
Offensive tackle out of Miami, Florida. Oh man, this is interesting. Maybe I should have picked the same one because I think we'll get. So this one I don't think we'll get a grade, but
This is gonna be A's across the board. It doesn't matter.
yeah, this one is supposed to be.
Shit, dude. See, this is what I was hoping wouldn't happen. Is Proctor would be there.
Oh man.
Oh man. So
Look at that.
you could totally fix the line now and put Proctor and get Proctor 2 offensive linemen.
We
Yeah.
also need a wide receiver weapon
You
though.
need- let me get-
Barry.
KC Concepcion.
That's your final
Oh.
answer.
Wow,
That's not-
over Denzel Boston.
That's okay.
I feel like you've been loving Denzel Boston this whole time too.
I have. He's my kind of receiver too. He's like what is he 6'3", something like that, Sam? Or taller, maybe?
yeah, 6'4",
Yeah.
almost 6'5",
210
It's like I don't even know who you are anymore.
That's what, dude. I'm
Logan,
actually surprised at
Concepcion got you tugged at your heartstrings, bro. With
Dude,
that,
yeah, this is my heart draft and not my
Yeah.
mind.
no, and it was really good. I mean, I like what he said when he came out. He's like, I have a starting issue. I just want all you teams to know you're going to get what you draft out of me, and I'm ready to do the work. Let's go. So I like that.
That's what I'm ready for him to be stuttering in his press conference and Monken to
Cleveland
cuss.
Browns select.
KC Concepcion, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. Pickett.
Because we should have drafted a Texas A&M wide receiver at one point when Mike Evans was on the board and we didn't draft him.
Ah.
Now we're doing it again. And we also drafted Mike Evans as quarterback from Texas A&M, but did not think to get him his receiver that got him where he was.
A lot of would have, should have, like we always have too,
Yeah, but
man.
look at how it's working out in Tampa, though.
That's I'm real happy for him.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Let me get. So I'm going to do what Gary did, except for I'm going to get Cassius Howell because he's from Texas A&M also, and hopefully him and Miles can become friends. And Miles doesn't want to.
Yeah, you got a good point there. It's the Texas boys.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns select.
Edge rusher out of Texas A&M, Cassius Howell.
So we
Pickett.
can really stir the pot and go, hey man, we took another defensive end. That must mean they're getting rid of Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that rumor mill to start.
That's what we
Clickbait.
know. We're establishing College Station
Clickbait.
North here in Cleveland and just drafting all A&M guys.
Yeah,
Right.
clickbait. It works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hours.
Oh, there's a difference, man. Clickbait, when you click on it, it talks about nothing of what it's telling you, So
Reject. Everybody wants that 70th pick. Oh, you got some good stuff available there still at pick 70.
I want Max Clare from the Ohio State University.
Ooh, tight end from the Ohio State University. I like
Yeah,
that.
he looks sharp. He looks sharp.
Yep.
He is sharp. He's all the way around good guy. Blocking.
Cleveland
he's-
Browns
yeah,
select.
Max Clare. Pickett. I'm gonna copyright that. Pickett. Not Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
You
Kenny.
can't. I already have the picture of Pickett.
Who was supposed to be? Oh, what can I think? Mr. Automatic. I'm having a brain fart with his name. Our kicker, or our pass kicker, Mr. Phil Dawson, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's announcing these day 2 picks, isn't he?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I wanted. That'd be kind of cool. That's
Mhm.
pretty cool for that.
Oh, look at Garrett and Nussmeier going to the. Oh, I wanted to see where those went. Dang it.
See, they
Yeah, so
hate the edge rusher at whatever 32 or 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of needs over wants. That's why. Print
Mhm.
screen.
Mhm.
Pickett.
There it is, man. That was awesome. Thank you guys for participating in the Bearded Browns cast mock draft, and thank all the fan mocks that we got too. Not for sure. I know Tuesday's show. Maybe we could throw 2 more in there if you guys got time for that on Tuesday. I'll touch base with Mike. I have been looking at your guys' drafts, no particular order. I'm not just looking at it because this guy's on there, that guy's on there. I just trying to go random as possible and get you guys out there. Thanks a lot, Scott Smith, from tuning in from Australia to get his mock up there and watch his mock. And Dan Eipert, Bearded Bastard Barbecue Sauce, got his up there today too. So nice job, fellas.
And remember, if Denzel Boston ain't on it, Sam ain't picking it. So put Denzel Boston.
I'll tell you what, they take Ty Simpson at 6. Sam's packing up and going home at PJ. You guys are on your own. I'm out.
I think, if we draft Ty Simpson 6th overall while we're all there, they better go restock their alcohol. That's all.
I was going to say we're all going to start drinking again. Yep.
It's an Irish bar too. You better watch out. Out. And I tell you, Almond Hair is that Benny Hill theme. Here we go.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'm going to get those box posted up here. And again, a huge shout out to Dick's House of Sport out in Strongsville. Thank you for sponsoring the show. We appreciate you guys. Get out there. They got all your sports needs from your kids to yourselves. If you guys want to get back in anything, go there. They got it all. You could rock climb there. You guys could literally play soccer in a field that's caged in without beating up somebody's car. It's great. All the staff there is really friendly. And look out for us doing shows there. Got some tricks up our sleeves coming here soon. So get ready for that.
Cleveland Ketchup, they're going to be down there at PJ's too, so that's going to be good. We'll have Cleveland Ketchup down there, along with Bearded Bastards Barbecue Sauce, Dan Eipert, and I want them guys to see if this is me. I want to see if they can get together and make a little condiment together. I really want to see that. It would be super sweet. And then PJ McIntyre's go, we're going to sell it here first. We're going to put it on our menus first. That's my always thinking. Shout out to Rest and Renew Counseling. Everybody sometimes needs, there's nothing wrong with if you're struggling and going through things, sometimes you need somebody else to talk to. It's better to talk with somebody outside of your comfort zone, stuff like that too.
I imagine she'll get a rush of phone calls on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even Thursday night.
Yeah. But Rest and Renew, Jennifer Ortiz. I can't see the I think it's Rest and Renew Counseling.
Ohio.com.
Ohio.com. That's what it is. Yeah. So give her a call, man. It's okay, man. You're going through something. It's all right to go ahead and talk, man. Took me years, because I was always a guy that said, if I can't fix it myself, ain't no other person going to tell me how to do it. But,
and then I stepped up and took care of it.
But, in the last year, I was trying to go through. I was going through my sobriety, and I think part of my sobriety, I had to understand that there's things that I need to keep going and talking about, which kind of helps me through my sobriety. So it's okay, man. There's help out there for y'all, and men need it just as much as any women. So don't even think about it that way, fellas.
And that makes me sad to bring up the next point, but Allstate will also be at the draft party.
Free
and
drinks!
They're going to be buying you drinks if you Go up to them, put your information in. You scan a QR code, put your information in, and they'll send you a free quote and also buy you a drink. So with that being said, I mean, if you want to Sprite, right?
Stan
Yeah.
made the
It's awesome.
2000
Allstate will buy you a free drink before you get in your car and
Yep.
drive.
There we go.
Jeez.
Yeah, and Sam made
everybody's
the
got tested.
2026 NFL draft is higher power. So
right.
Mr. Marty's sitting right there on the edge.
We will have Bearded Browns will have 2 raffle baskets there. There's going to be some other stuff. West Park Browns backers has a framed in autographed jersey from Myles Garrett. We should have some other memorabilia that we might be able to get out there. It's still in the works. So there'll be some nice stuff to raffle off. We will also be having, everybody will get a ticket. We're putting together a West Park Browns backers, Bearded Browns basket. So everybody will have a chance to win that. There'll be some t-shirts from both West Park Browns backers, Bearded Browns, and we'll go from there, man. So give everybody
And I think we're about $600 in the basket. So we're going to charge $5 a ticket for everybody. And then I think we're going to do like an arm length tickets for maybe $20. We're going to try to figure this all out. We're going to talk to Dan in Cleveland and get everything organized. But yeah, it's going to be a great time for sure. Make sure you get out there. And also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to vote for Cleveland's Best Sports Podcast. Yours truly, the Bearded Browns Podcast, right?
Let's
Go
run
to
it back.
clevelandscene.com. Click Peoples and Places. Peoples and Places. Yep, I said it. Click Sports Podcast and then type in Bearded Browns Podcast, and that will hopefully get us to the next round, the top 3. And then we'll be bugging you more next month.
And you can vote once a day. So it's not just a one vote and you're done. You can vote once a day. So let your people know, let everybody know. We would like to get back on there and be a two-peat. Let's roll.
And again, today's show was sponsored by Dick's House of Sport. Again, thank you guys for supporting us. We will see you Tuesday live at 7:30, and then Thursday, the special draft party where Cleveland gets upset once again. But until then, go Browns.
Brown.
Ooh.